Alright folks, so I think I delayed this video far enough now, so I think it's about time I finally address the elephant in the room, or should I say lack thereof. As you can tell, this thing is like almost empty. I mean, all the turtle figures are gone. Not all of them, but you get the idea. G.I. Joe stuff, some of the Marvel guys, they're all gone too in the boxes. So yeah, I'm in the process of moving pretty much. So just thought I kind of mention it. I won't go on a whole like tangent or anything. This is not gonna be like a 20-minute video or something, right? I hope it doesn't last long. I just want to talk about it a little bit, so that way it doesn't become too much of a big mess in the future, And I'll explain what I mean by that in a little bit. So yeah, obviously I've mentioned a couple of times, I didn't go too much into detail, so obviously I can't really explain everything as to why me and my family's moving. In fact, I'm not even sure if I'm really supposed to really say anything, but hopefully you probably won't get all most of the answers now, but you'll probably get them, definitely somewhere in the future. We're kind of like sort of in that process right now where it's like, uh, I mean, hard to really pinpoint exactly when we're like out of the house, but you get the idea. So reason why I wanted to talk about it personally, it's because, well, for starters, if for whatever reason, if I need to like take a break, whether it's trying to fix up, the new place and all that, obviously, I thought I'd just let you guys know, in advance, so that way it doesn't end up being one of those situations where like I disappear for a little bit and then it's like, you guys are probably wondering where the hell I'm at. And obviously, I like to try and be as consistent as possible, at least, especially now, with like how much the channel has grown, and that's fantastic. But at the same time, I'm willing to admit it does get a little scary, if I stop making a video for a little bit, and then people get tired and then, they unsubscribe and move on somewhere else. That's always been kind of a big fear of mine when it comes to like, making videos and all that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not forcing it all. I definitely have a lot of fun with some of the stuff we talk about for sure. I mean, I love Godzilla and Kong, so of course I'm going to be talking about, their next crazy action figure that comes out, of course, definitely. Toy Hunt's obviously a little bit of a little bit of a skirt right there, or well, I shouldn't really call it that. You get the idea. That's probably gonna have to chillax for a while before we can really hop right back onto it because again, it was one of those things where I guess one portion of this that I'll explain is it's the reason why we're moving. It's one of those things where it was gonna happen at some point. We just didn't think it was gonna happen the way it is. If that makes sense, I don't know. In fact, just to make things more easier, I'll probably do like another video similar to this. But it'll be like maybe like a live Q&A because this channel is definitely due for one for sure. In case you got any other questions about anything really. So we'll definitely do that. Maybe tomorrow or so. Not exactly sure. It depends on how things go. As you can see, still got a lot of stuff to kind of get through. I mean, you don't see it right now. My drawing table is just full of Ninja Turtles and GI Joes. I'm staring at them and I'm like, wow. I don't know how I'm gonna put them away. And these are the NECA ones, by the way. Remember when I made that rant video the other day about NECA toys? Now, mind you, I'm still sticking with that because I get the feeling some people are a little bit confused. I mean, I've seen like maybe one person be like, "Oh, but I like NECA," and I'm like, "Yeah, I love NECA too," but it's like I don't know. After what they did, I don't know. They're gonna have to do a lot to really win back their customers, especially me. Let's be honest here. But I'll talk a little bit more about that during the week because I found even more crazy stuff about it. But obviously, I don't want to talk about it today, only because I don't want to like stray away from the focus a little bit. Because obviously, I wanted to make this video too to kind of show off that when it comes to like moving and all that, especially as a collector, that has to be pretty hard. It's been pretty hard for me for sure. I have like a lot of mixed feelings about it. Mostly positive. Don't get me wrong, but obviously, this has been my home for as long as I can remember, like 20 years or so. Hard to really say exactly how long I've been here for, but still, it could be pretty hard to kind of get into that realization. That wow, I mean, this is the home that I've known for so long, and it's I mean that's part of life, I guess. You move on. That happens. I mean, look, I've always known that that day would come where I'm gonna go move somewhere. Hopefully I'm successful at whatever I'm doing. I mean, as of right now, I'm still a college guy, so I mean, I'm trying to get through whatever I can with my last year or so, and obviously, my job that's a little tricky, but you get the idea. That tends to happen when it comes to moving and all that. And obviously, I'm assuming that most of the people that watch my channel are roughly young or so. I'm not exactly too sure about my demographic. Well, my analytics say between like 20s, 30s or so, but I'm like, nah, I know that can't be real. Nah, for sure. You know, when you have a YouTube account and, you know, they ask for your age verification and all that, you know, people are putting like fake ages and stuff. So I highly doubt that. I mean, even now, I get like people asking me the most weirdest stuff, and I'm like, oh, and then you don't see them because YouTube. I don't know. YouTube, I'm sorry, it could be a pain sometimes too. Like with the comments and all that, I get like some videos where it got like a bunch of comments and for some odd reason they don't pop up, so it's like I don't get that. That has to be like a YouTube filter or whatever. You know, I don't know if they're censoring certain words. I don't know what's going on with that. I just thought I mentioned that so that way, just in case, you know, that's another good reason to do another nice live Q&A video. You know, so that way, you know, any questions you guys have, you know, you want to, you know, whatever you want, you know, definitely for sure. I think that's a good opportunity. So like I said, right now I'm just trying to clear whatever mess I can because this is, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, you know, for the most part. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but at the same time, it is a huge pain in the ass. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, like I said, I'm staring at my stuff and I'm like, damn, where am I gonna put this? Where am I gonna put this? You know, you struggle with that. So you know, I was even thinking maybe I should like kind of vlog a little bit as to like, you know, you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be cute with it. You get what I mean. That's sort of where I'm at right now. You know, of course, if it becomes an impact to the channel just for a little bit, you know, it's good I let you guys know so that way you know what's going on instead of just me like abandoning my channel or just leaving it hanging for a little bit, because I know that I used to kind of do that a little bit. Not anymore, obviously. You know, I'm very focused on the channel for sure. And you know, I like where it's going, so I would like to keep it that way, if that makes sense, you know. It's a lot of pressure. It sucks that it has to happen now during, you know, the end of the year or so. I mean, I hate to say this, but I can already tell it's going to be a really, really shitty Christmas, but, you know, hopefully not. You know, I mean, I don't like to look at it like that, you know. Like I said, stuff like this tends to happen, you know, so I'm not upset. It's just kind of going through with it. It's like, like you kind of want it to be over so you can finally just like move on. You don't got to worry about it so much. So hopefully we'll look into that. So when more of that starts to come aboard, obviously, you know, I'll probably vlog it a little bit, you know, and that's really about it, you know. So I'll go a little bit more about the whole thing, you know, for when I do the live Q&A. I'll put like a I don't know what you call that, premiere or so, whatever you call that. I'll probably set that up so that way, you know, you'll know when I'm live, and then you'll ask me whatever, you know, just to clear up whatever, you know, couple things, and that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. You know, same as always, you know, for the support, it's always good. Leave a like and subscribe if you want, and that's about it. So see you next time.